hard on my tuning. I'm not good at tuning and talking, so we'll just have to stand here in awkward silence till I've got it squared away. Thank you for your patience. So this is a song, it's a true story. Because I read it in the paper, so it must be true. It's about a woman who was 86 and had to leave North Dakota because she couldn't afford to live there anymore. Have you ever seen a field alive with green, thimbleweed and columbine and clover? Heard the black-billed magpie call as summer fades to fall. Watch the meadow turn to perfect white all over. I've lived here 80 years, and before it disappears, there are so many things I'd love to show you, wondrous and serene. But if you don't know what I mean, then you've never been to North Dakota. Have you looked up and read the note Aurora Borealis wrote while you were gently sung to sleep by a coyote? Felt your joints get stiff and cold to let you know you're growing old. Till then you've never been to North Dakota. Well, I guess you've heard the news. The oil truck's coming through for a prairie moon. They don't care one iota. Stand on the Cheyenne River shore and watch a golden eagle soar. Till then you've never been to North Dakota. A long and dusty road, wind-swept pasture land, green and white and yellow in the sunshine. Listen, hear the sharp-tailed grouse and watch the tiny meadow mouse. Smell the chilly wind come through the ponderosa pine. But a new crowd's come about and inflation pushed me out. So long, my friends, it's sure been good to know you. They can drill for oil and stay, but no matter what they say, none of them have really been to North Dakota. Thanks so much. Should probably do what we call a mood lifter now. Hopefully it'll be that. This is a new song. It's a true story about me. It's called I Want to Be an Old Lady. I want to be an old lady, drive a big old car, get away with going 30 and 75 just because of who I are. I want to grow hydrangeas, spend all day in the yard. I want to be an old lady, drive a big old car. I want to be grandmama, carry a big old sack. I'll go to Arizona every time it gets cold, and I might not ever come back. I want to live in Virginia, in a little old shack. I want to be grandmama, carry a big old sack. I'll eat TV dinners. I'll wear an enormous ring on every finger state of mind, you know.
So here's one we wrote about my hometown, basically, I guess. I spent my childhood in Lubbock, Texas. And there's not a whole lot out there. I mean, it is a city, but there's not another city for a long, long way. And it's very flat. People sort of make fun of Lubbock, and Lubbockites make fun of themselves. And here's an example of that. The song's called Let's Go to Lubbock on Vacation.
This city life has got me in a panic. You've gotta take me somewhere more romantic.
California beaches where the ocean's deep and blue. A mountain top in Switzerland, a gondola for two.
Some faraway exotic destination is not exactly what we're thinking of. Let's go to Lubbock on vacation, then we'll know we're really in love. You talk and talk about how Lubbock's not the place to be. The way that you describe it doesn't sound so bad to me.
You say you wanna take me to a place that has mystique, but I think Greece or Paris or the Bay at Martinique
are places we might go in situations where Cupid maybe needs a little shove. So let's go to Lubbock on vacation, then we'll know we're really in love. Come on, it isn't really that bad, is it?
a place to live but maybe not to visit.
I've loaded up the Nomad and the tank is full of gas. We'll ride along in style across the high plains fast. We'll find the sweetest spot on God's creation. My pretty little prairie turtle dove, that's you.
That's you.
Let's go to Lubbock on vacation, then we'll know we're really in love. Let's go to Lubbock on vacation, then we'll know we're really in
Instead of all the fellas that were trying to figure out just how much of your love that money could buy.
So we took each other off the market, got together and had ourselves a pretty good time.
Yeah, but what looks good on the outside, mama, sooner or later gonna make you wanna pack it up and move it on down the line. But I spent a little time apart, and then the cracks in our broken hearts, and let me easy. And I do a little looking around, I find a lover in another town, let me easy. It's a shame the way we left each other's hearts so ragged and scarred. Cause breaking up is easy, staying together is hard. Yeah, but it's been harder than I ever thought it could be when you've got two people looking at the world in a different way.
So we fight like there is no tomorrow, but tomorrow keeps shining on down, you know.
That we got ourselves some bad times and the good times that I'm missing, and I'm longing for the hardly ever coming around. I might spend a little time aboard, and then the cracks in our broken hearts will let me easy. I might do a little looking around, find a lover in another town, and let me easy. It's a shame the way we left each other's hearts so ragged and scarred. Because breaking up is easy, staying together is hard. Yeah, breaking up is easy, staying together is hard.
Thank you. Well, here's a song, another song off the record that we made together, which is called Before the World Was Made. And this is a song about some friends of ours, this lovely couple that we just were so excited and thrilled for them when they finally decided to break up. And so was everyone else.
It was time.
This one's called Breaking Up and Making Up Again.
Let's try breaking up and making up again. Maybe that'll save us from the trouble that we're in. It'll be like we just met, not tired of each other yet. Let's try breaking up and making up again.
You run off with someone new,
You can do the same thing too.
then we'll both get jealous and go crazy.
You get
I'll
mad,
change the lock,
I'll show up
I'll
drunk,
call the cops,
and then we'll spend the whole night making babies. Let's try breaking up and making up again. Maybe that'll save us from the trouble that we're in. It'll be like we just met, not tired of each other yet. Let's try breaking up and making up again.
I'd like for you to move back in
Maybe that will put an end
to your late drunk dialing and your stalking.
I forgot that you're a bore.
And I forgot how loud you snore.
It covers up the fact that you're still talking. Let's try breaking up and making up again. Maybe that'll save us from the trouble that we're in. It'll be like we just met, not tired of each other yet. Let's try breaking up and making up again. Well, I wrote this next song with somebody that I consider my mentor. I wrote this song with a songwriter who was raised in Rockport, Texas on the Gulf Coast, and his name is Guy Clark. I don't know if y'all are familiar with his music. But Guy and I wrote this song about something that happens every single day on the United States-Mexico border, and it's about some human trafficking, human smuggling that goes on there. There are some people that are hired. They're called to smuggle people across the border, and they're referred to as coyotes or coyotes. And a lot of times, frequently, bad things happen to the people who are getting smuggled. Here's a song about that. In the town of Reynosa, there's There's a beautiful river, it shines in the Mexican sun. There are boats and they cross from one side to the other at dusk when the hot day is done. It's from there to Acuna, to Del Rio, Texas, Uvalde, up through San Antonio. With the pesos I saved up for years, and I'll trade for the chance to send dollars back home. Coyote, coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? Coyote, what have you done? You took all my money and left me to die in the heat of the South Texas sun. Coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? And that means, what have you done, you son of a bitch? He steps out of the shadows, he won't look in my eyes, and his hand's out to take all I got. He says that he smuggled 1,000 good men, and he swears that he's never been caught. So with 17 other braceros, like cattle packed in for that long final ride, in a semi-truck crossing the border, it's dark and it's hot as an oven inside. Coyote, coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? Coyote, what have you done? You took all my money and left me to die in the heat of the South Texas sun. Coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? The braceros are asking in whispers why the truck stopped in the heat of the day. At the first sign of trouble, he leaves us all here by the road, and he's walking away. Now some men will rob you with a sword or a pistol, and some by the shade of your skin. Some will lie to you, leave you for dead, and no one even knows your name in the end. Coyote, coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? Coyote, man, what have you done? You took all our money and left us to die in the heat of the South Texas sun. Coyote, ¿qué hiciste, cabrón? Coyote, what have you done? Thanks. Well, here's a song that Brennen and I wrote together. And we wrote it the night after we played the oldest dance hall in the state of Texas, which is called Green Hall, and it's in a town called New Braunfels. And we were talking to this guy on the break, and he made a big, the things he was saying to us, well, they made a big impact on us, and we had to write a song about him and for him. And this song is called I'm Just a Sexist from Texas. Well, I'm just a sexist from Texas, and I love to put those pretty girls in their place. I walk around with my big belly, and my breath is kind of smelly. I say objectifying things right to their face. I think that it's so cute when they get angry. It puts a little twinkle in my eye. I'm just a sexist from Texas, y'all, and that is what I will be till I die. Now I'm just a sexist from Texas. My daddy was a good old-fashioned man. He made a big impression on me. The way my mother did the laundry, she cooked and cleaned and waited on him foot and hand. and I'd like to find myself a little lady who'll fix my meals and keep me company. I'm just a sexist from Texas, girls, and if you like that, you can have a little old me.
Oh, gee, really?
Well, I'm just a sexist from Texas, and I miss the days when I slapped the girls behind. You might say I'm chauvinistic, but to me you're a statistic, and it's too bad that your paycheck's not as big as mine. I can't help but interrupt you when you're talking about feminist enlightenment and all. I'm just a sexist from Texas, sweetie pie, and you might as well be talking to a wall. I see new ideas popping up around me, and I never stop to think that might be strange. I'm just a sexist from Texas, y'all, and I'm never gonna change. Well, thank you so much.
I just like saying sexist from Texas. It rhymes. It's a coincidence, though. That's not what they were thinking when they named it. Here's a tune I wrote with a writer from Arkansas named Erin Enderlin. And she and I sat down one day and we decided that the country and bluegrass genre did not have enough murder ballads. So we wrote another one. This one's called Rosine. You loved Ohio County, said you'd never want to leave, and I had stayed my whole life if you had married me. Well, they say you can't go home again, so I won't even try. And anyway, there ain't no room for both of us after tonight. Rosie, last time I saw you, you were sitting by the stream with your blonde hair all around you and a halo like a queen. And I know that you don't want me, but I'll have you in my dreams, Rosie. Rosie, I heard you calling from outside my hotel room, but I pulled the shade and there's nothing but that cold Kentucky moon. Rosie, you catch your death in nothing but that cotton gown. Cover your words so warm and let me lay your body down. Rosie, I thought I saw you on the bridge to Morgantown. You were standing by the river, and I was afraid that you might drown. But when I tried to save you, you were nowhere to be found, Rosie. See that you had the devil in you, and I had to set him free, Rosie. Rosie, when you were with him, were you thinking about me? When he slipped off your dress and put his hands between your knees, I get to feel his sweat upon you, and you're back against that tree. Why'd you have to make me do it? Don't you know that God sees everything, Rosie? Rosie, they'll never find you. They can drain that river dry. They caught up with me in Greenville and I had no alibi. But when they put that needle in me, I won't be afraid to die, Rosie. I'm excited to say what we call in the songwriting business, my first big cut, which is where somebody more famous and more important records your song and makes you a gazillionaire, which probably isn't going to happen in this case, but I'm really proud because I'm a big fan of the artist. Leigh just recorded one of my songs. Her new record just came out last month. And this is my version, my humble version.